Hey everybody, Backwoods here with Backwoods Boys Small Engines. I hope everybody's having a great day. In today's video, I'm going to be installing a Hipa carburetor on my 4.5 horsepower Craftsman lawnmower. Um, I did a carburetor very similar to this on one of my other mowers. It was the Toro Recycler, so it'll be a very similar process. And I'm going to just do a how-to video on how to install that. Let's get to it. Okay, so here's the mower we're going to be working on here today. This is the 4.5 horsepower Craftsman I was talking about. We're going to be replacing this Hipa carburetor, or this OEM carburetor, with a brand new Hipa carburetor. First, I recommend, it's always been easier for me to take these two bolts out, remove the exhaust, and then there's 3 bolts to hold the gas tank on. There's 3 to go around here. I'm actually missing 2. They've been missing since I've got this mower. But then that goes off. There's 2 little slides you'll see that you pull up off. And then once you get that off, you can remove the boiler shroud. I'm going to get them few things pulled off and I'll be right back with you. Okay, now that we removed that, we'll want to remove the air filter. Take that off, set it to the side. Take this breather hose off with the crankcase breather. Take that hose off, set it to the side. And then up here in the front, we got a bolt in here on the back that holds this carburetor on. First thing you want to do is somehow crimp off your fuel line. I have these fuel line crimpers I'm going to use. Okay, crimp these off good so we don't lose the gas. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and remove these 2 bolts, and I will be right back with you, and then we'll be ready to take the carburetor off. Okay, now that we removed these 2 bolts here, the carburetor's free. Now what you want to do is take your linkage, take it down around the Z-bend, and then there's your carburetor off. I'm going to reach up here and grab a pair of needle nose pliers. We're going to take this hose clamp off of the fuel line. It might get a little fuel, but shouldn't get a whole lot. Take that fuel line off there. I don't want to knock the camera down. There we go. Alright, and then we got the fuel line off. So now we're just down to our carburetor. Now, the next thing you'll need to do is take these 2 bolts out, because you're going to need to put this neck onto the new carburetor, which I'll be showing as soon as I get this off. I'll be right back with you. Okay, and here's our new carburetor. Brand new carburetor from Hipa. Very good make. Hipa makes very good parts. I've used plenty of them, and I've been very pleased with every part that I've used to Hipa. So, highly recommend, if you haven't checked them out, to check them out. And now we're going to put this back on here. We need to get this tube to get back through here. It's important that that tube goes through there, and then you will reinsert these bolts back in there. And I shouldn't have put this back on, because sometimes it's easier to get them started before you put the ratchet on. So, get them started back in there. Okay. Oops. Make sure I don't cross thread that or anything. You know what? I might have to flip this. You gotta watch you put it on the right or wrong way. Might have put it on the wrong way. Flip it once and see if it makes a difference. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I guess there is a right and a wrong way to do this. If the bolts don't go in willingly, if you gotta force them in, it's probably the wrong way. I felt for some resistance, so I stopped and flipped it around, and now they're going in just smooth. This piece is important. This is where your air filter clips onto the back of the carburetor. So you need this collar here. And you don't want to go too tight with these. You want to snug them, but not go too tight because it is plastic and it will crack. So I just snug them up. Oops. Okay, they're snugged up. Now, our carburetor is prepared to be put back on. We want to go to the last tool. Or maybe, yeah, the last tool. And then just, oh, one thing I forgot. We're going to put a new gasket on because this gasket is shot. I'm going to grab the other gasket, which is included with the carburetor from Hipa. They include the gasket. I just forgot to grab it. I have it right here. So we're going to put our new gasket on. First. And now we can put the carburetor on, back on. Just like that. Now, at times it could be challenging to get these nuts started on here, but get those. This one started on the back here. This one's always the one that gives me trouble, the one on the back. Okay. Let me get we need our wrench and our ratchet back. What did I do with that wrench? Okay. Now we can start tightening these bolts back up. So we'll put the wrench, push this back a little bit, push that back, get this one started. And pull this closer up. There we go. That needs to be like that. That one snugged up. Then we put this one on. Okay, then that's secured. Next step, we want to put our breather or crankcase breather hose back on. Ready to pop out. Okay. Now we'll put our muffler back on, or we could do the air filter first. Either way. Because with this stuff on, you can still get the blower shroud back on and all that too, as well. Put that back on. Get our muffler back on. Okay guys, that's all there is to installing that carburetor. Now what you do is put your muffler back on, which I gotta tighten up, but I started that on, and put your blower shroud back on. Reconnect your fuel line to your gas tank. Let the bowl fill up, and it should fire up. I'm gonna finish buttoning it up, and I'm gonna get it down, and we're gonna do a quick fire up and see how she runs. I'll be right back with you. Alright everybody, the moment of truth. Alright everyone, there's the moment of truth. It fired up, it ran good, and Hipa did it again. Catch you on the next one. Backwoods out.